Doodle's hovering free, so Doodle's also ready. So we're going to get the countdown, I suppose. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And PK is off, Doodle is off. And yeah, those look like same piece sets, so that's good. Oh, K9 watching Tetris, cheering of the 3, 2, 1 bits and saying good luck, have fun. Yeah, very nice. Thank you for the bits. And thank you for the wishing of luck to our players. And we got a hype train started. I mean, I've got no comments about hype trains. Great. Keep it going, I guess. I mean, I'm from Britain. We're not known for having on-time trains. They're not terrible. There are worse places to get the train. But I'm not going to put too much stock in a train. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Pollo Salazar just throwing shade on Doodles rolling. But, well, I mean, Doodles 1.3 player playing in the Mega Masters. You know, like, say what you like about the technique. It's clearly working, at least to some extent. Oh, no, now he's saying it's not shade. But, I mean, I don't know. If you're saying it's the least smooth rolling motion you've ever seen, I would call that, you know, just... Maybe shade is too strong a word. Maybe just a light cover, you know? Anyway, players already off to the races. Tetrising away. 171,000 points on the nose for Pkric. 136,000 points for Doodle. So Doodle a little bit behind at this early stage. Oh, who is doing commentary? I am doing commentary. There you go. No further explanation required. I am Cwiiiis. And sometimes I do this when, you know, when the times work out. And they have worked out here. I say when the times work out, and you know, it's obviously a great honor to be allowed to do this. I mean, you know, come on. This Classic Tetris Monthly, the preeminent Tetris tournament, online Tetris tournament, been running for a long time now. Thanks to Vandy and thanks to fridaywitch, I guess, right? Like, didn't they start it off? You know, I don't know. Someone with the online facts can come in and chat and correct me if that's not correct. But you know, lots of people do CTM streams now. Not usually Masters. That's usually reserved for Vandy. But I mean, it's Mega Masters, and there's what was it that Pumpy was saying? What, 78 players? So that would be a lot of people. Ooh, a bit of a kind of last second indecision of that line piece for Doodle there. No problem. Still pretty low down, still pretty early on in the 18 game, but it is going to harm the pace, and there is a bit of a gap building. And perhaps this is where that tournament experience that was being mentioned earlier is going to come into play. But I don't know. I was watching Doodle's warm-up, and he had some pretty excellent kind of, you know, kill screen rolling prowess, I would say. Not to say that Pkric doesn't either, but I don't know. I mean, if we were judging who's going to win based solely on that one skill, I might bet on Doodle. fridaywitch in chat. What kind of nerd would start a NES tournament on Twitch? Indeed. Doodle saying stack health over everything, putting that long bar in the long bar hole, even though there was a Tetris waiting. But, you know, a line came up pretty soon afterwards, and he got the Tetris, so that was indeed the correct move. At least in retrospect. So, obviously a bit of a silly thing to say, like a move being correct in retrospect. I mean, you know, whatever. Okay, not great pieces for Doodle there. That line is going to help, but that hole on the second row is a little bit troubling. And yeah, Pkric's pace, pretty good, and certainly a lot better than Doodles. 491,000 points for Rick, 413,000 points for Doodle. Ooh, and Doodle's stack right before transition, not looking great, needs a line piece. Kind of ASAP, really. An L would be good now, but then, kind of... These are not good pieces, and this is not where you want to be immediately on transition. And that is going to be hard to get to that left. That is going to be it. Doodle is going to top out at 430,000 points. And Pk is going to take it quite comfortably at 591. So perhaps bit of first game nerves. But, well, let's just try it for the next one. So let's give Pkric that dot. And we got a ready on the right side from Doodle. So we'll get a countdown. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, a lot of people cheering on Doodle for the second game. Doodle seems pretty confident, so let's hope to at least see a game that goes on a bit longer. Oh, nice last second adjustment there from Rick. Pretty good looking stack there. Good parity. Oh, a bit unfortunate with that line piece placement for Doodle, and yeah, just going to have to create a hole. Just not the best pieces, and it looks like he doesn't want a situation to develop, so kind of built out that left like as soon as he could, and looks like he's going to burn it away from the top. Oh, interesting choice there. That was nice. I like that move. And yeah, Doodle's going to be burnt out pretty quick, but this is an early kind of pace slowdown, I suppose, on Doodle's side. Way too early to call anything, but not necessarily. I mean, just for kind of, that. Oh, is there a situation developing? We're so high up now. Really needs a line. Gets that double burn. Oh, fills it in just before the line. Absolutely typical. Oh, and that line dependency on the right. Jeez, and where are the L's and the J's? Doodle topping out early. What a terrible sequence of pieces. Like, really can't blame the guy for that. That was really unfortunate. But Pk has got it. And Pk looking cool as a cucumber. So let's get the countdown. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Gotta love the love for both of these players in chat. Grand Design's coming in saying, to be honest, I love both of these players. And yeah, of course, who wouldn't? Like, Rick's side is like, I love how kind of almost static it is. Like, if it wasn't for the camera noise and the occasional blink, like, you think, is that just a static image? Because he is concentrating so hard. His mind is fully in on the Tetris. No messing about there. Okay, nice kind of stack equalization there from Doodle, getting a nice sloping stack, and is very quickly rewarded with 2 Tetrises in quick succession. That's what we like to see. SV Nestress hoping that this game goes on a bit longer. Apparently he only just got home. Interesting seeing like how very rapidly these two players diverge in their stacking. Like, say, Rick's side, kind of much squarer looking the stacks. I mean, I don't know what that really says necessarily. I don't think that's a good or a bad thing. But kind of more geometric looking. And Doodle's side, well, certainly at the moment, interesting. But yeah, kind of maybe flatter stacks on the whole, which has not been working for him so far. Now LJ dependent, and of course neither of them come in time. So just gonna burn that off from the top. I think some like Doodle was like so good in the warm-ups, like you guys didn't see, but I was watching and like, you know, was playing some great Tetris in the warm-ups. Lovely S square tuck setup there from Doodle. So these kind of games here, I'm going to put them down to nerves, tiredness, whatever, you know. Like Doodle definitely capable of putting in some excellent games, and you know, definitely rooting for him for this one. I mean, you know, it'd be good to see it go on a little longer. Yeah, Tetris for Pkric at 327,000 points, Doodle at 311, so pretty even this game. Yeah, Doodle definitely choosing sort of slightly riskier plays, I would say. That left side not always built out perhaps when it should. More dependencies, LJ dependencies getting built on the whole. I think despite the kind of geometric look of Rick's stacks, they are good stacks. They are good stacks, Bron. Not going to read out all of that chat because, you know, it might be distracting for people. I mean, people talking about cheating in chat. I mean, they're both rollers, so they're both cheaters, right? Isn't that the thing? Okay, Tetris for PK. Doodle's stack health. Not the best, but not terrible. Can burn it away with this. Now just needs a J. Good place for that T. A line comes, and a line will do just as good as a J in this situation. Doodle's stack, yeah, there we go, with that L looking good. Not taking the burn, and it does pay off, but definitely risky. But there we go, another line, another Tetris. Doodle kind of making up some of that deficit. Lovely spin, nails it first time. Because, you know, you only get the one try. But, you know, maybe another piece would have come and could have spun it, I don't know. 491,000 points for Doodle, 564 for Pkric, 587 now. In fact, some excellent pace from Rick. Right, Chessmaster saying, Doodle, stop looking. And yeah, maybe don't look. Like, just make sure the stack is good. You're near transition. There we go. One more Tetris is possible. But the next burn, sets up a hard J dependency on the left. Gets the J though. 539 now, waiting for a line. Unfortunately, just has to take the burn. The line comes. Still, the well is covered over. Uncovers it. Gets the line. Gets the Tetris. 567. And Pkric transitions at 638,000. So a monster transition there from Rick. And Rick also getting that post-transition Tetris. 665 versus 592. And now this should be interesting. We've not seen any games go to the level 19 stage now, and I dare say that Doodle's rolling is maybe kind of a little bit more on point than PK's, although Rick perhaps a slightly better stacker, I would say, from what I've observed tonight. Maybe not, you know, all in all. Got people in chat imploring Doodle, just stop looking. I mean, and then saying join voice chat, but like this is, I mean, it's a bit late for that. Maybe join voice chat after this game if you win it. Or, you know, just join it afterwards regardless of winning or losing, you know. Nice to talk with friends, right? I know what happens in all these voice chats. I'm not on them. I'm not a cool kid, so... Oh, that T mistuck for Doodle spells trouble. Getting some decent pieces to build out of it, but it's going to be tense this high up at this speed. Like, nothing is a given. Doodle making some good moves, but has a hard line defense. He gets the line, has an LJ on the left, fills it with an S or a Z, but that is going to be it. Funny though, like, that's a hard sequence. Both players topping out at the exact same line count, but Rick is ahead, and Rick is going to take it and take the sweep. So GG's. Unfortunate for Doodle, but that is how it goes sometimes. So a very quick kind of a round one there. I'm going to report that, and I guess then we're going to set up for... Is it round two? It's round two at that point, right? We're going to set up for round two. So let's count it down. About to see some good Tetris. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, thank you for the cheer. K9 watching Tetris. 3, 2, 1 bits. Highly appreciated. And half an hour ago, the hype train was completed. I missed that. I'm not really sure what that means or what it grants you, but you know, if you're into that kind of thing, now you know. Oh, Pkric unfortunately missing the kind of the double lines there that could have unblocked that well a bit sooner, but it doesn't matter because there's not been a line since. So there we go. Oh, misplaces that L. That's a hard kind of unfortunate placement there. Could now do with a J to burn it off nicely. It isn't going to appear, of course. But yeah, that was a nice way of doing it. Just going to take the double. Oh, SV actually in a kind of similar situation. And oh, those play. That is probably going to be it for SV, right? Like, I mean, yeah. Oh, damn. So that's an early top out. PK does not have the score advantage yet, but that Tetris will do it. And PK is going to take game number 1. So an early gift from SV to PK there. And Rick is very grateful for it. And both players are ready. So let's pretend that last one didn't happen and count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Right, looking good. I think those are the same pieces. From some sort of slightly erratic motion on SV's side. Perhaps not quite warmed up just yet, having gotten home pretty recently from the sounds of chat. Whereas Rick came prepared. And also, of course, has the warm-up of the last few games, although none of them went super long, so not necessarily as warmed up as you might think. Got some crazy neon lighting going on SV side, and oh, misses the spin on that T. Not a big deal. It's all the way to the left. Could possibly mean kind of a few rows of burning. Oh, interesting decisions there, but all works out. There we go. a few burnt lines, and SV is good again, and Rick's side is the one that looks not so great. But Rick also making short work of it. Could do with an L, the T will do. A nice flat burn of that J, and equalizes with that T, fills it in with the S, and is Tetris ready. Both players now Tetris ready, waiting for that line. Probably waiting for the same line now, doesn't look like it's forthcoming. Comes to SV first, gets the Tetris, Rick gets it back as well. 120,000 points for Rick, 197,000 points though for SV. So, a bit more efficient through this early game so far. Playing very flat though, there we go, it manages to kind of build out the left a bit and take a skim of a double and a few more skims and then gets the Tetris. Oh, thank you for the raid of a party of 2 from Gunter Tetris. I really feel that like Twitch needs to not call 2 people a party, because like that's not a party. Like imagine if someone said to you, hey, do you want to come to my party? And you're like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, where is it? And you know, you get that all sorted kind of thing, you arrange to go there, you arrive, and it's just you and that other person. Like that's it. Would you still call that a party? That feels like more of an ambush than a party, I think. So a petition to Twitch to call raids of 2 parties ambushes, rather. I suppose raid is kind of an ambush though, so maybe, oh man, have Twitch just like low-key gotten it completely correct already? Okay, SV's side starting to look a little sketchy. Obviously, a player of this caliber, it's no big deal, but it does mean that pace is going to be harmed just a little bit. Burns it out very nicely though. It does have a hard L dependency on the left. And yeah, kind of a tricky stack right now. Making good moves. Just needs a line now to kind of, you know, sort it out. And finally, there's that line for SV. But this is allowing PK to catch up and in fact overtake. PK now at 399,000 points on the nose. SV with a rapidly deteriorating board. Well, I say rapidly, that's not fair. But with a sketchy looking board at 364,000 points. So a good kind of couple of Tetrises behind. Vicious rhubarb. Party of 1 at my place tonight. Indeed. Okay, so SV's side is looking good, and this time it's PK's side that could do with a little bit of work. Pretty neck and neck in score though, like not a big deal. Unfortunately has to take some burns that you probably didn't want to in transitions at 463. SV at 481, so both players at similar kind of transition scores, really showing that the seed is perhaps not the most generous one. Both players dealing with the same droughts, the same tricky sequences, and oh, that is tough for Rick there. Kind of missed getting that J all the way over. Was it a J or was it an L? It was one of the two. J or the other L, and it, like a series of kind of missed flips there, I think. Oh, wow. That's some really kind of great last second adjustments there from Rick. Kind of fighting for his life. And oh, this sequence is not great. Gonna take a while to burn out of it. Could really do with, oh, you know what? He got the pieces he needed. Just battling at the top. This is not how you want to be doing it. Just so anxiety inducing to watch. Oh, and that left side is not looking great now. Although Rick making the right moves to get out of it. But like just being in this amount of trouble for this prolonged a period. It's not how... Oh, and that T. This is unfortunate, and no such trouble on a SV side. Oh, and that J, that is going to be it. Rick throws in the towel. Fought valiantly, but unfortunately just didn't quite make it. Tops out at 513. SV is well ahead at 790, so SV is going to take game number 2. GG's both players. Yeah, both players are ready. Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, also, what Americans call gravy doesn't exist over here. And our gravy is a very different thing. I find kind of American gravy, like, I like the idea of it, but it looks so gross. Like, if they could just make a nicer looking version of it, that'd be great for me. Well, gravy is in biscuits and gravy. Like, that kind of gravy is not a thing over here. Just all of those gravies as well. I know you could make it all different ways and whatever, but like none of those are what we call gravy. Okay, so tricky starts for both players. Rick has the had the highest score, but then SV had the better board and is now got the score lead as well. Oh, nice SO tuck. Is that the new meta? Like we're done with OJ and now with SO. I've seen that a couple of times now. It looks good. So Bacon Kevin with the 200 IQ strats. I eat my rich tea biscuits with Bisto gravy. I'm guessing most of the... Well, SV would get it, so there we go. Don't know how many Brits are in the chat, but yeah, that one was just for us. Nice L-tuck setup there from SV. Meanwhile, Rick's board has seen better days. It does have a Tetris kind of built on top of 2 rows of junk. But yeah, it's a shame we couldn't put that line down the hole, the line-shaped hole. There we go, gets that line down it though, but unfortunately can't bank this line, but can bank this one. There's a dirty Tetris on top of row number 3, and looks like he's going to carry on building on it. So it builds a J dependency, then overshifts the J. That is unfortunate, and that line's only going to be a triple, and yeah, you can see it on his face, he's not happy about that one. But then who would be? That's a very silly kind of sports commentator-y thing about, like, to say, isn't it? Like, oh, he's not happy about that one. Of course he bloody isn't. Like, you know? Unless you were trying to throw a game, I guess you might be happy at that point. Ooh. And that's still only a triple, unfortunately, for Rick, who's going to be burning away for a little while. Although that's a nice burn there with that flat burn with the L. Funny, although Rick has been burning for a bit... Oh, that's unfortunate. Just nowhere to put that Z. If only the line was just one piece earlier. And then, 2 lines at once. What is this? There we go. There's the line, though. Dirty Tetris on row number 4. Takes the double, a single, another single, uncovers the hole. Some more singles, and Rick will be safe once again. There we go. Clean again. Finally. And what I was going to say is actually SV's lead It wasn't much of a lead before. It's still not too much of a lead. I mean, 100,000 points. You know, that's not terrible at this stage. I mean, it's not great going up against SV specifically, right? Because, you know, he's very good. But, you know, 100,000 point lead is not like a game-ending lead for sure. And, oh, these pieces for Rick. Just board not set up to handle them. Finally, there's a line. Takes the Vits. And does actually have a Tetris underneath that. And then just one little hole on top. Make that two little holes. Two little holes and a little roof. But there we go. There's a split double. And yeah, Rick's board looking better again. But irreparable damage has been done to his pace. 320,000 points for 115 lines versus 453,000 points for 112 lines on SV's side. Oh, and a nice series of square tucks there from SV. He looks happy about that. Nice adjustment there, or possibly kind of an adjustment from a possible error there, I'm not sure, from Rick's side. But there's the Tetris, dirty Tetris on row number 2, and built up again, and got another one, and transitions at 393,000 points. Oh, and another dirty Tetris there, playing aggressive, probably because he knows he has to. SV transitions at 527, but is very high up. And yeah, gonna have to burn that down. Yeah, gets the line to burn away. Doesn't actually get the Tetris. Gets the Tetris. 561 for SV. 449 for Rick. So Rick actually, oh, and a lovely adjustment there to stay safe from Rick. Rick, well, I mean, 2 lines ahead and 130,000 points back. Not insurmountable, actually. Made some great headway towards the end of that level 18 section. And yeah, playing pretty aggressive, but knowing when to dial it in, when to rein it in, dial it back. Gets another Tetris, 538 for Rick. Board looking good, could do with an L. Banks the line for Tetris. Oh, builds a line dependency in the center of the stack. Looks like he might be going center well. And oh, misses the flip on the line. That is painful. Definitely painful to see. Such a shame, it was looking so good. And now gonna have to kind of make a few burns. Oh, really sensible decisions of where to put those pieces though from Rick. And gets a dirty Tetris on whatever row that was, something very high up. So yeah, actually, none of those moves particularly harmed Rick's pace. Like, just a few extra burns, nothing to write home about. Could really do with a line. Kind of going hard on this double line dependency, could still do with some more lines. There we go. Parity now almost restored. And yeah, now stack looking real good. And it's SV's turn to do a bit of burning, but SV sorts it out in short order. 780,000 points for SV. And oh no, Rick was just playing too hard, too aggressive. Kind of had to, there was no choice there, but tops out at 649. So SV is going to take game number 3. Both players are ready. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Gotta admit, I watched the YouTube uploads, and I hadn't necessarily noticed, so there you go. Nice S-flip there for SV. But it does miss out on that first Tetris that Rick's stack did manage to accommodate. Oh, Rick kind of going in hard on that dependency. Now looking to burn it down. These pieces, right? Really could do with a J. Doesn't wait for it, sensible. Unfortunately, can't use that line though. Doesn't build the line dependency. Does now build the line dependency though. Did have a Tetris well there for a second. Decided not to wait. Sensible choice, but that has allowed SV to kind of take advantage a little bit. 101,000 points on SV's side, 57,760 on Rick's side. Okay, both players getting very high. Rick takes the triple. Sensible move. SV has much more of a slope in his stack. Oh, kind of... I'm not sure what was happening with that T. Possibly just misoriented it for the flip. Doesn't matter though, because we've still not seen a line. Ah, and Rick is going to have to do some burning now. And there's a line, of course, right on time. I know, right? Shaking his head. Absolutely. Similar story on SV's side, but does now manage to reopen and get those two Tetrises that were waiting. Rick gets one of them. Only has a triple at the end, so has to stack that line on the end. Is now Tetris ready, but you know, where's that line? There's that line. 155,000 points for Rick. 214,000 points for SV with a J dependency in the stack there. Unfortunately, the J comes a little bit too late, turns it into a line dependency. Interesting move. Then into an LJ, and now still a line dependency. Finally fills it in, gets the J that he needs. Stack looking good again, then gets the line, gets the Tetris. 241,000 points for SV. 203,000 points for Rick. Rick not doing badly at all, actually, so 226 now, only about 40,000 points behind. Oh, okay, Javanti saying, if my memory is correct, SV's shirt says, and then those symbols, which is something like Flames of the Past. Looks about right. Okay, I was wondering if SV was going to build up for the Tetris there, and does so in the end, and there's that dirty Tetris on row like 5 or 6. Oh, and doesn't put that line in the hole. Really wants to just burn it off from the top. Needs another L to do so, and gets it, and really nice kind of dealing with the stack there from SV. Now looking mostly good again. Could do with another J. Gets another J. Could do with an L now. Doesn't get the L. So gonna have to build on top. Not a problem though for SV, I don't think. Oh, hold. Oh, dirty Tetris for SV. That was a pretty gutsy move there. Gutsy and unnecessary, but I like it. 377,000 points for SV, 320,000 points for Rick. Rick's stack looking good again. About 80,000 points behind now, or just shy. Oh, Rick has a dirty Tetris well of his own, and there we go. Banks at dirty Tetris for Rick on like row 7 or something like that. Oh, nice little flat J burn there, and transitions at 398, SV at 493, so not quite 100,000 points ahead. Both players with fairly low transition scores, kind of going to show that this is not a friendly seed. Oh, SV not going for the possible S spin there. Or was it Z spin, whichever. You know, it's a Z spin even. Gets the Tetris and just in time. He does have the power of rolling, so he can get those pieces over. Oh, Rick's side. Not looking bad, but not looking great either. Gonna need some choice pieces to burn out of it. Yeah, he's trying to avoid putting more weight above the holes. But it's, oh, inevitable. And that S over, yeah, that is gonna be it for Rick. Gives up, resets. I do believe he was behind. And so SV is gonna get it. And that's a shame, but GG's, Rick. I think you did great. And I definitely, I don't stick to CTM. I definitely like to see more of you in CTM. It was a pleasure restreaming. And hey, you won the first match as well, so it's not like, you know, I wouldn't call that a loss. Like, SV's a great player, so I wouldn't mind losing to SV. But the British are coming. In fact, the British have come and have conquered, and you know, I'm not going to make any controversial jokes here. This has got to go on YouTube, right? So SV wins. So well done to SV. Oh god, and what match is this? It's a fun one to report when you've got this many players in the thing. There you go, match number... No, not that one. There you go, match number 58. So, not a sweep, but definitely a decisive victory for SV. So, SV progresses on to, what is that, round number 4? No, not round number 3, because there's a 0th round, of course. To fight Fractal in what I presume is the purple bracket? I guess. So that should be interesting. We've got a Tetris Alex T versus Vicious Rhubarb, and Fractal versus SV Nestris. Oh, we got Corian in chat. All hail Corian. Many-time CTM winner, Tetris OG and legend, and reportedly very nice guy.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.